Hi everyone, hi friends, hi everyone who is interested in up-leveling and taking their relationships and love life to the next level. For those who don't know me, I'm Justyna Kucharska and I help professional women to create healthy, committed relationships with the right man, with the right men. Today I want to talk about the reason why there is a war between sexes. And you might notice that when the relationship goes bad, they go really bad. Often women would say to me, my soul crashed into pieces on the floor. They talk about pain in the chest, they talk about obsession, jealousy, complete emotional roller coaster. And often I would have men saying, I need to run away from her, she's so controlling, I cannot cope with that. And like I feel emasculated and controlled, like I'm losing my essence. And the jealousy, infidelity, obsession, blame, the fight between men and women, it's horrendous, let's be honest. When it goes bad, it goes really bad. We're talking about divorces, we're talking about court cases, we're talking about fight using children, we're talking about domestic violence, we're talking about mental health issues, depression, and complete instability. So it seems like in this war, no one wins, everyone loses. And everyone around that fighting couple is also negatively impacted. And like I said, I'm not even talking about children and the destructive effects on the children. So today I want to talk about the reason, what is the real reason that the relationships goes bad. So that's one, the reason why the relationship goes bad. Two, why it's not no one's fault, nobody is at fault, so we can end the blame game. And three, how to fix it and how to make those relationships healthy relationships and supportive and healthy and pleasant to be around. So first of all, the reasons that there is a war between sexes, between men and women in general, is biology, and how biology installed in us the survival mechanisms to be able to continue, to be able to have reproducing and bringing new generations. Nature doesn't care. Nature is brutal, okay? Nature doesn't care if we like it or not. Nature is going to do whatever it's going to do. And I really got this last year, really, when the lockdown started. What I decided to do is to improve my health and put attention on my health and lose some weight. It's been straight after probably 3 months after my surgery, so I felt I can totally improve my health and lose some weight. And I've been fluctuating with my health, with my weight, for many years, up and down. I did all of what the suggested tips were. I exercised. I even went on the keto diet for 1.5 years, only to, on the end, go back to the same and have a yo-yo effect. And finally I surrendered. And this is what happens actually in relationships, right? With the best intentions of improving their behaviors, and men do that to women, women do that to men, over and over and over again. They go into the same patterns, the same thing, like with a weight loss. So after doing it on my own for over 10 years, I finally surrendered and I hired a professional trainer, personal trainer, fitness trainer. And to my surprise, the first thing what we did, we look at my food. And I've really learned last year, looking at the food, looking at the hormones, looking at how to do it sustainably, that it's not about more exercise, that is not about eating less, but about realizing the instinct we humans have, an instinct and addiction to sugar and salt. Nature made humans to crave sugar and salt. The same like this way, the human many years ago would find very nutritious food and nutritious fruit that would give a lot of vitamins. So the craving for salt and sugar was the survival mechanism for nature to survive. Does that make sense? For human species to survive. Now, the whole craving for the sugar is not bad at all, because that's survival mechanism. However, in today's world, we are not in a food scarcity anymore. Does that make sense? So we walk into the shop and there's so much sugar, like we can get as much sugar, whatever it is with sugar. And as many people know who look at the food and look at the especially food we are buying in supermarkets, that they're all filled with sugar, because this is what sells, because this is what people craves. So first of all, sugar is not bad. This is our craving, this is our nature. So the craving is not bad. It's to be able to recognize. What's important is to be able to recognize the instinct, the survival instinct for sugar, versus hunger, true hunger for true nourishment. Does that make sense? So if we don't recognize that instinct, it will lead to obesity, to cancer, to a lot of very, very, very dangerous problems. So this is what's happening in the health, okay? In the health, with our health. Interestingly, when I got that awareness of the sugar and how my craving for sugar feels like, and how the real hunger for nutritious food feels like, I exercised less last year. I've been always exercising, but last year I exercised so much less, like 1/10 of what I usually did. I didn't starve myself. I didn't do intermediate fasting. I didn't do keto diet. I eat carbs, I eat potatoes, and I lost 10 kilos where I could not lose it for over 15 years. So really, really understanding and being conscious and aware about my instinct versus true need and true hunger. So we talk about health, the same thing, the same thing as in the relationship, okay? Love and sex relationships. Nature created survival mechanism for us, cravings, the same cravings like for salt and sugar, survival mechanism, which in the past meant survival, but now leads to obesity. And the same thing, nature created instincts that in the past created survival and continuing of the species, but in this current time, with all available social connections and apps and everything, but that creates toxic relationships. So here is, and I will explain how those instincts work for men and how those instincts work for women. By the way, this is not fair. How about that? I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's a fair. How about life is not fair, nature is not fair. This is brutal truth. Nature is brutal. Nature is I'm going to swear now. Nature doesn't give a fuck if we like it or not. Nature it's more powerful than even our rational solutions for that. So it's not fair, it's brutal, and it is what it is. And when we know the truth, we can definitely work with it, to accept it and have a good, happy lives. The same with salt and sugar. We don't have to become obese. The same in a sex and relationship game, dating game. We don't have to get trapped into toxic, bad relationships. And that's for men and for women. So let's start from the beginning in general. Women have one egg at the same time, right? Okay, we have an egg every month, but women have one egg. When men have millions of sperm cells. So that's nature, okay? So women have one egg. That means their instinct is to give it all the resources she has, because she has that one chance, because she has this one chance to continue, to create a baby and reproduce and continue. Now, so that's why women give. They would give it all before even receive anything. Now, men have millions of cells, of sperm cells. That means their instinct is to give as least as possible, as less as possible to one egg. Does that make sense? And holding back resources just in case they have to invest in more, or they invest in more at the same time. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's brutal truth. It is what it is. So, and I'm just like, when I realized that, and I've researched that, I realized that a lot of men tell me, especially when the lockdown happened, everybody was in stress. Every man I talked to told me diversify. When every woman was take care of what you have, make the best of what you have. It's like men like to start companies. New companies over and over, putting women in charge because the woman would really take care and create that company big. So it's in our biology. It's not, like I said, there's no right or wrong. It's biology. Now, but what's that mean in a dating game then, where women give all? It means that women give all, just like they have the feelings, they have attraction for a guy, and they give everything. They give all straight away. When men gives as little as possible. Does that make sense? As little invest as possible. Like men is looking for a good deal to get as much for as little. How it will end up is that when women give more and more, when women give more and more to men, and men give less to women, the energy flows from women to men. Does that make sense? It's like egg is moving towards sperm. Does that make sense? And that's against the nature, and that's not natural, and that's toxic, and this dynamic creates cancer of relationship, and a bad relationship begins. I will say again, our instinct, women's instinct is to give all, man's instinct to give as less as possible. And in the relationship, when women give more than men, 51% give, and men will give 49%, the energy goes from egg to a sperm. Egg is moving and sperm is running away. Right? You men have the experience. When egg is moving on you, it's big, and you're like, better run away. And then women, when you run after men, they all disappear. Where did they go? So this is what's happening. That's the cancer of relationship. That's a bad toxic dynamic because it's not natural. Everything what's not natural, it's cancerous, it's toxic. So women give more to please men, and then in this toxic dynamic, women give to please. They don't give because they want to give. It's not pleasurable to give. they give to get something, to please men, and then men will use and abuse women. And this is again bad, cancerous relationship, and that relationship has to break or will end up in horrendous, we can talk violence, even jealousy, obsession, toxic behaviors. And then women will feel more and more angry, and men will feel more and more guilty. And it's the cycle, it never stops. So naturally, when we are all connected to nature, so we all know it on our intuition, our gut feeling level, we all know it, that this dynamic is off. It's off. This is again, this dynamic will lead to toxic relationship, to cancer in relationship, and relationship breakup or violence. So again, I want to slow down here a little bit. The same way, like it is not human fault for craving for sugar and for salt, but it's a human responsibility. It's a human's responsibility to respond to the real hunger and not to become obese. The same way, it's not women's fault to have instincts of survival, but it's their responsibility to stop any toxic patterns, toxic behaviors, not to end up in the war. Because the less you are conscious, the more you just allow yourself to go into that crazy ride, the deeper you go. This is not, there is no end to it, unfortunately. I mean, we talk murders even. It's bad. So so it's our responsibility, men and women responsibility, to end that war. Okay, so we know the reason for it. We know it's not no one's fault. Is nature create us like that. It's not fair, but it is what it is. So based on that, if nature created, nature has also a fix. So let's talk about how to fix it, how to come back to our nature natural flow. So again, same like in food, it's not about blaming or shaming or punishing or starving yourself or even indulging, but it's about healthy diet, healthy balance, which brings good nutrition and fulfill hunger. And for humans, fulfill the hunger of connection, the hunger of love. Like we do need love, like food. Otherwise, we have another mental health illnesses of depression and all of like mental and physical health problems. So, so everyone needs a love, and everyone needs healthy love, not toxic love. So let's go back to nature. The egg, when we go back to egg and a sperm, right? Egg is still, it's not moving. The egg roll is to be still and to stay and not move. The sperm is moving, it's in action. It's action and moving. Does that make sense? That means that women have to stop giving more than men, and men has to stop hustling to get something for nothing. Men has to start giving more than women, and women have to start receiving more than men. The healthy balance is really when men give 51% and women receive 51%, and women give back 49%. Right? So I'm also not here. I'm not talking here for women to just like be passive completely and not to do anything and just wait for everything. I'm talking to give back the energetics, to give back love, appreciation, energy. So it's really about the energy flow. I don't care if you're giving materials, I don't care if you're giving service, I don't care if you're giving the words of love, like whatever 5 languages of love. It's all about energy. When men give 51% and women give back 49%, then we have a healthy balance. Then sperm is moving and egg is staying still. Does that make sense? So the egg is stable and staying still, and it's stable emotionally, right? And all women can testify to that. If you are giving more, you're coming out of your balance. You are emotionally destabilized. But when you give less, you are stable, emotionally stable, mentally healthy, emotionally, mentally healthy. And when sperm is moving, the men have a freedom to act. They have a space to do what they meant to be doing. So again, the healthy balance is 51% men giving 51% and women giving back 49%. This way the energy goes from egg to a sperm, from the sperm to an egg. Sperm is moving and have a freedom and have all of like space to move, and egg is staying still and it's stable emotionally and mentally. So for all the women, all of my friends women who are complaining that you are doing so much, you are doing everything and he's not doing anything, stop doing it. Stop it. Stop mothering him. Stop giving him more than he's giving you. It will feel against your instinct. It will feel like throwing the most delicious cake, not eating that cake, and throwing that cake to bin. Stop eating the cake if you want to have a healthy body. Stop mothering men if you want to have a healthy relationship. Don't eat it. Stop it. Now for men, if you're complaining that she's controlling, she's needy, she's desperate, stop withholding. Give it to her. Give it to her and show up the best you can. You don't have to be a big Superman on the building. You can show up the best you can from the place you are. It's your effort, it's your energy what counts. It will feel like you will feel the resistance to it the same way like you feel resistance when you start going to the gym to do the workout. Do the workout. Go to gym. Give it to her. Just give it to her. Give more than your instinct says you want to give. This is how I realign the couples. So couples come to me, they don't have a sex, the passion has died, there is no energy in between, they're all like angry, women are angry, men are guilty, they're all resentful, nothing is going on, they're talking about breakup. I'm like, okay, give me 3 months before the breakup and we can change it. And they turn around and they stay together and they don't have to break up, because every man has it in him to give it to his woman, and every woman has in her to receive from a man, to stop giving it, stop mothering. So if you are in pain in your love life, no, you don't have to be. You don't have to suffer. This is not who you are. I hear a lot of them. Oh, this is how I am. This is how it has to always. This is how it always has to be. This is how women have to be. No, you don't have to be like that. Nature created created us, nature created humans, and nature does not make mistakes. Nature, when we follow through nature, we really have like the lives is like we meant to be happy, we meant to have joy, we meant to have passion, we meant to love each other. Women and men meant to love each other and create something extraordinary. So as you know, when the relationship goes bad, they go really bad. But when the relationship goes good, they go really, really, really good. And you can have it. Like, everyone is designed to have it. So if you want my help, if you don't want to do it alone, if you don't want to do it alone at home, if you've been trying for years and it didn't work the same way, like I was trying to lose weight for 15 years until I got help, someone who have more experience with that. If you want help and you don't want to waste another year, book a call with me. It's free. We're going to explore and discover what is it really going on, what is the problem in your relationship, and we will find out. If I can help you, I will. If not, I will steer you where you can get help, because you actually can change that. So you don't have to suffer alone anymore. You're not alone. Look at that. Nature create every single woman like that, every single man like that. Everyone have the same instincts, but not everyone do the same thing with the same instincts. Okay, I will post the link somewhere in the comments. If you want to book a call with me, do click on the link and book a call with me. Let's chat. And for now, I hope you've got a lot of value from this video. Like it if you like it, share it with people who you think they will benefit from it, and subscribe as well, and comment. If you have any comments, do post in the comments, and if you have any questions, do that as well. It is it is my pleasure and honor talking to you and talking about it. I would talk about it all the time. I hope to change that. My mission is to change the war between sexes and create the union and harmony in between. So really good to see you, really good talking to you. Bye for now.